Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Rich coming back at you with another lens review. Today we're going over the JCPenney multi-coated 2.8 28mm lens. I purchased this lens. Really, I was purchasing another lens. I completely forget what I was purchasing, but I was purchasing a lens and it came with like 3 or 4 different lenses. And this was one of the ones that was in the bag. So I was like, cool, whatever, I'll take it. And I just haven't gone out and done a review on it. Well, I just recently did. So that's the one we're going over. So before we get started, I just want to thank God for the ability to take these amazing photos. If it wasn't for Him, we wouldn't be able to take any of these amazing photos. So thank God for that. And then, all right, so we have the 4 categories. First category is going to be the affordability, then we have accessibility, then we have build quality, and then we have the versatility of this exact lens. This is going to be on this is a K-mount lens. I did adapt it and use it on a full frame camera. I use it on the A7R2. So this is going to be the 28mm focal length. I haven't used it on the Pentax KP, which would be ASPC, or the Micro Four Thirds, which is my Lumix G9. So with that being said, let's get into it. First category is going to be the affordability. For this category, I'm just so caught off guard, excuse me, jeez. I gave it an 8 for the affordability because based on what I've seen, the prices vary so dramatically, but I think $12 or $20 for this lens is actually really nice. And to be able to get it for that price is awesome, especially a 2.8 28mm, which SMC actually makes one of them. And I will say the clarity is pretty comparable. So that being said, it is a dang affordable lens. That is a great price. Next, we're going to talk about the accessibility of this lens, whether or not it's easy to use. The throwing of the focus is easy. The adjusting the aperture is easy. Adapting it is easy. The focal range is easy. The only issue I have is that it does say it's multi-coated. I'm just going to take this off because it's rattling a lot. It does say it's multi-coated, but I really feel like it's not. I think nighttime it'll do great. I think it does create a lot of awesome lens flares, but it is absolutely atrocious in light, in direct light, and bright light. It sucks at it. So that's where it's a little harder to use, but I think indoors or in situations where direct sunlight is not that big of an issue, I think it'll shine really well. So for that, I gave it a 7 because it is super easy to use, but it isn't necessarily easy to use in direct sunlight. Next, all right, let's take a look at the build quality. This was with 3 other lenses that were absolutely trashed. There was dust, everything everywhere. I actually had to take apart, I think, 2 of those lenses and clean them. But this one, I didn't take apart and clean. I just cleaned it and it seemed to be really well. So I gave it an 8 because it does nothing rattles, nothing's loose on this. The aperture blades are clean. Everything is super smooth. So I would give it an 8. It's not weather sealed, and I think the coating is a little trash, so it's not going to be a 9. And it's not dust proof or waterproof, so that is something else to think of. Next, let's talk about versatility. It is a 28mm lens, so you're going to get fantastic landscape. You're going to get fantastic cityscape. It's a good street photography lens. It can be used in portrait settings. It can be used in filming settings. Right now, I am filming on the 2.8 SMC Pentax-M. So clearly, it works great in a lot of situations with that focal range. And like I said, it's easy to use. So with that, I gave the versatility an 8 because there's a lot of things you can use, especially switching over to ASPC where you're going to be around 45 millimeters, which is fantastic. That's another street photography lens that you could use. So overall, this is a 7.75, so about an 8 if you round it up, or if you want to be mean, you can give it a 7. So 8 or 7 out of 10. Would I recommend, for the video, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 7.5. Would I recommend? And the answer is maybe. I don't know. This is like a tricky one. I think if this is the only 28 you can get, throwing a filter on it is going to make it to where, oh my gosh, yeah, it's easy to use. Just throwing a filter on this lens is going to give you that ability to do it. So an ND filter, UV filter, polarized filter is going to give you the ability to use it. So to knock it and be like, hey, an amateur photographer shouldn't get this lens, when you can pick this up for $12, maybe $20 compared to paying, I don't know, like 70 and up for a 228mm from Pentax. And then don't even get me started with some of the modern 28mm. I think this is a lens you could put in your bag. I know I haven't tried the Sears or the Vivitar. I think they both have one. I tried the Rikonon. Stay far away from the Rikonon. It's crap. Don't even touch it. But I would highly recommend this over the Rikonon. I think as an amateur, you should pick one of these up. As a, more of a, professional or more experienced photographer, if you like lens flares and you want to kind of incorporate that, or if you need a lens that takes in a lot of light without it ever changing color based off of like filters and stuff, and the coatings which you can get with some of the older SMCs, is the coatings kind of give it a different hue. I think this is going to be a great lens. I think that'd be a perfect lens for that. And so overall, it's a toss-up, but I think as an amateur, I think you should absolutely try it out. It's one of the best budget options out there, especially for JCPenney, which is insane, and stay away from the Rikonon. All right, thanks guys for watching. Of course, all the unedited photos are going to be at the end of this video, and I am still giving away lenses. I would love to give you this lens. All I need is 1,000 subscribers. I also do have an IG or an Instagram and a Twitter, so if you guys would like to follow those, and then also comment to tell me whether or not there's anything you'd like to change or add to this video. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.